Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado, was a suburban campus in the late 1990s when internet chat rooms, teen music scenes, and simmering alienation helped shape youth culture. In the months before April 1999, parents and school staff were raising concerns about bullying, easy access to firearms, and gaps in campus security. Two students, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, both born in 1981 and seniors at Columbine, were privately assembling violent plans. Their names would later become synonymous with one of the worst school tragedies in American history. But before that, they were ordinary students at a school that had no established protocols for an active shooter. Those weaknesses would be tested with gruesome finality. At 11:19 a.m. on April 20th, 1999, a routine morning at Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado, exploded into violence when seniors Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold opened fire and set bombs that failed to detonate fully. Students ran screaming through halls and past blood-slicked lockers, while teachers slammed and barricaded classroom doors. Library teacher Dave Sanders ran toward the carnage to help students and was critically wounded trying to protect them. Local police and the sheriff's deputies arrived amid chaotic, contradictory reports and initially staged outside instead of mounting an immediate assault, a decision that was later scrutinized. Subscribe. Apparently, even hindsight needs a notification bell. Those frantic first minutes, gunfire echoing, wounded left exposed, rescue efforts improvised, set the tone and created the conditions that turned the incident into a prolonged, violent standoff. As minutes turned into hours on April 20th, 1999 at Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado, the death toll climbed and confusion deepened. First responders from the Littleton Police Department and the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office established perimeters, fearing unexploded propane bombs after reports of devices in the cafeteria and in parked cars, which delayed entry into the library where victims lay bleeding. Radio traffic and 911 calls were chaotic and often contradictory. Officers lacked maps, and miscommunication left wounded students exposed while the death count rose to 13. 12 students and teacher Dave Sanders, and dozens more were injured. Television helicopters amplified rumors about multiple shooters and the so-called trenchcoat mafia, while survivor accounts varied in grisly detail. Investigators later uncovered failed bombs, journals, and videotapes linked to Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, revealing a larger, premeditated plan and setting the stage for the next phase. After the shooting, investigators from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office and the FBI recovered journals and videotapes recorded by Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, often called the basement tapes, along with painstaking forensic evidence from the library, the cafeteria, and two parked cars where propane bombs had been planted but mostly failed to detonate. Ballistics and bomb forensics mapped trajectories and device failures, while the killer's writings and video statements revealed a mix of cold, calculated planning and seething rage that resisted any simple explanation. Journalist Dave Cullen and psychologist Peter Langman, interviewed alongside law enforcement, offered competing readings. Cullen emphasized Harris's cold, manipulative intent and Klebold's depressive, suicidal mindset. Langman highlighted bullying, mental illness, and cultural influences like violent media. Those expert debates exposed institutional blind spots, gaps in school safety, police tactics, and media responsibility, and raised brutal ethical questions about naming perpetrators, preventing copycats, and how America should remember the slaughter. By 12:08 p.m. on April 20th, 1999, the shooting in the Columbine High School library had ended. Investigators later found Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold dead by suicide, their bodies amid shredded books and a bullet-scarred carpet. A grim scene that brought a finality to the attack. The scale of the loss became undeniable as triage rooms at local hospitals processed the wounded and morgues cataloged the dead, while funerals in Littleton filled churches with grieving families. That bleak culmination turned Columbine from a local massacre into a national crisis and ignited urgent debates about gun control, school safety, and emergency response. After the 1999 Columbine massacre, schools across the country adopted active shooter protocols, hardened facilities with more locks and cameras, routine lockdown drills, and emergency response tactics focused on rapid entry and clearer command. The attack reignited fierce debates over gun policy and pushed media outlets to curb sensational coverage of perpetrators. Survivors continue to live with long-term trauma. Communities built memorials for the victims, and the event reframed national conversations about prevention, responsibility, and youth culture.